like a high, her emptiness inside. Into her life, you came like a fresh morning dew and a sunny day. She flashes a genuine smile as she tells
Hey, I'm about to bring you in. Hey girl, how you doing?
Hi, can you hear me good? Because I don't have no earbuds in.
Yes, I can hear you fine. How are you?
There you go. I'm good. I'm good.
You look good.
You do too.
Thank you. You look beautiful.
Thank
so
you.
You're good. I'm good. I have a little story to share.
Okay.
So yesterday I went to go get my hair done. Okay, so you see my hair. Oh no, girl. This not it.
Oh, okay.
I went, but thank you though. I went to the hairdresser and she came over and asked my name, and my hair said Kunta Kinte. Okay, my hair said Kunta. My hair said Kunta Kinte. So she was like, Kunta, you gonna have to come back. Later on in the year, and we could do some things with you and Kunta. And Kunta said, okay, I'm used to out here working in these fields. I hear you, ma'am. And keep working hard, and keep doing what I can do until Master set us free. And I'm like, okay, Kunta, we just gonna have to do this, Kunta. And so, no Beyonce. I really thought I was about to connect with Beyonce, but Kunta said he got some more work to do. Okay. So y'all just connect with, and when y'all see Kunta, just say, "Hey, to Kunta." Okay. Thank you. So I am so happy to have you today.
Thank you.
On this month's Wellness Vibes and Everything in Between, Big Energy Edition. So I just want to send some love your way and say thank you so much for coming on today.
Okay.
So our first word or phrase rather for today is the bigger picture. Is the bigger picture. So a lot of times when we are in our stuff, it's hard to see. It's hard to see the bigger picture. We can only connect with our own thoughts and feelings. We only connect with what we want, what we feel. And that's okay. We can definitely are encouraged to embrace our thoughts, our feelings, and everything, because that's a part of what we need. That's a part of us, and we should acknowledge it. But a lot of times, if we're only connecting with our own thoughts and feelings and wants and needs, we're not able to be fluid, right? We're not able to see other perspectives, and we begin to sit in a place of stagnation. Even if the people, places, and things change, that lesson, you didn't learn that lesson yet, you still in that lesson, and it's going to keep showing up. So this is just encouraging everyone to connect with the bigger picture, to remind yourself definitely to embrace and acknowledge your own thoughts, feelings, and wants, but to be open enough to connect with your bigger picture to encourage some fluidity. So our affirmations for our first phrase, big picture, the big picture is I am in alignment with my future self. I give myself permission to be curious about tools that will promote opportunities for growth and healing. I am whole, and I will get better, and better. One more time. I am in alignment with my future self, saying it to ourselves. I give myself permission to be curious about tools that will promote opportunities for growth and healing. And I am whole, and I will get better, and better. So, girl, tell me all about what's your training and educational background.
So you know a little bit. You know a little bit. I am Clayisha, better known as Clay. I am the owner of BmoreReiki. I am a spiritual coach, and I use holistic tools to help people day to day, to help them facilitate in that healing, and just, really get the things that they want out of life. My background is in social work. Undergrad, I have a degree in social work. I have a master's in social work with a concentration in school social work. And currently, I am pursuing my PhD in pastoral counseling psychology.
You go, girl.
Um,
Yes.
so,
Yes.
I specialize in Reiki, of course. I'm a Reiki master. So, I'm a Reiki practitioner, but I can also teach Reiki as well to certify another Reiki practitioner. So I specialize in Reiki, I specialize in breath work, and I also specialize in meditation. So those are some of the tools that I use day to day to facilitate healing. And also one-on-one coaching. Yeah.
So how does your story connect with your why of connecting with Reiki?
Well, honey, I was a mess. You know, that's how it starts, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you go through some type of stories, some type of traumatic event that will push you to your destiny, right?
Okay.
And
That's
I was
mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a place with my daughter and she was just having a rough time. So she transitioned from elementary to middle, and honey, that 5th to 6th grade year, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. She dealt with bullying and she became extremely aggressive and she was fighting and she just was not the daughter I knew, right? And we had a lot of things going in our lives at that time. You know, she was dealing with some relationship issues with her dad. I had just lost my brother. So as a family, we were going through some challenges. And I felt like I was failing my child. And
that's a parent feeling right there.
Yeah. And to me, you know,
yeah.
especially when you're not used to going through those things, when you've never experienced those type of things as a parent, you know, like I hold being a mom to the highest regard.
Me too.
So when I can't protect my baby, you know, I'm feeling off, because, for some of us being a parent, that's a lifetime goal. That is our purpose, right? To give birth. So I was off. I was off. I was crying for like an entire week. I could not sleep. And I was heavily into the ministry, like I was heavily into church and things of that nature. I had a connection with the divine, but I needed to go deeper, and that's what Reiki did for me.
Yes.
But I started out with meditation first, actually, and then it began to unfold.
Okay.
And so the meditation, the clearing of the chakras led into learning Reiki, and then eventually facilitating that healing for others.
So I have to interject. I did a Reiki session with you, and again, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't, but going and being present during the distant Reiki session, it gave me absolutely everything I needed in that moment without me even being aware that I needed those things, and it encouraged me to bring some attention to certain areas of my life and to a certain chakra, which I was thankful for. It encouraged me to reconnect with meditation and not medication. That's it. Meditation, meditation, and stillness. And because sometimes we shift and we're not even aware that we shifted, and we just need to shift back, right? We need to shift back, and it's okay. We give ourselves permission to do that. And so, can you just share a little bit about what is Reiki and how it is helpful, why you would encourage it?
Yeah, so to be very simple and practical, and what I would say is that Reiki has different levels, different layers to it. But what I would say is that Reiki is a way of being. And initially what it is literally spiritual healing.
Yeah.
And what it does is it works with the natural energy centers that are throughout our body. And as you know, we have 7 main chakras that most people know of.
Okay.
And that starts from the root to the crown. And we can get into that a little bit later if you want.
Yes. Yes.
So essentially, Reiki works with those main energy centers and meridians throughout the body, because I don't know if you all know, but energy is throughout the entire universe. We are energy. Objects in the universe are energy. And what happens is we are vibrating at different frequencies. So by us being physical, solid beings, we are vibrating at a lower frequency, right? So whereas though our aura, things that we cannot see, right, but we can feel that energy when somebody walks into the room, that is vibrating at a higher frequency. And that's why you tend to can't really see those things, but you can feel it. And that's the most important thing.
Okay. Can you walk us through the different chakras and where they're located in our bodies?
Absolutely. So, and again, I like to be very practical with this stuff, because this stuff can get, it's layers to this, right? So
we need the one-on-one. We don't got
right. So connect with me if you want to go deeper.
Yeah.
So your first chakra, which is like that base chakra, which is your root chakra, that is really a chakra for safety. And you know what I like to compare it to, Toya? For our people who know the social sciences and human service and things of that nature, you can literally relate the chakra system to the hierarchy of Maslow, right?
Yeah.
So when you think of it, right, you're thinking of safety and protection and being grounded, right? And what did he say? Those are your basic survival needs, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm not feeling safe, whatever traumatic situation might have happened in my past or my lineage, right?
Yeah.
Because as you know, it's a historical trauma as well that
Yes.
impacts our life, right, and our future generations.
Yes. Yeah.
So that root chakra is dealing with safety and protection and feeling grounded in who I am.
And where's that
right?
again?
That's right there in your lower spine area, right?
Lower
right at the
spine
base,
area.
right at the base. So when you're thinking about the chakras, you are thinking along the spine, right? And it penetrates, through the front.
Yeah.
So the root chakra is that lower area right at the base of the spine. Okay. And that root chakra is associated with a red color. Okay. So you could eat, apples and strawberries and, wear red, honey, to just get in the frequency of vibrating higher for your root chakra.
Yes. Okay.
And a lot of people who are struggling in poverty and lack of financial success or whatever the case may look like, they're really struggling with their root chakra, right? Because some people don't even know where their next meal is going to come from.
Right.
So a lot of work needs to be done in that area. Then you move up along and you have your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is in relation to an orange color. And with your sacral chakra, that is womb, sis. That is your womb. It is affiliated with divine feminine. It is also related to creativity. Like how creative are you? You know what I mean? So that's your sacral chakra. And again, to vibrate high with that, you can eat your oranges and your peaches and wear orange and orange, whatever, to get you in alignment with, healing that sacral chakra. And it's a lot of other things that you can do, right? To
one-on-one,
heal those type of things, right? But then, so you have your root. Then you have your sacral, right? And your sacral is right underneath your belly button, right in that area. So a lot of women, we relate to our womb, our ovaries, that whole reproductive system for man and woman, right? So a lot of sisters have a lot of challenge with low back issues, right? When it comes to that sacral and that root chakra right there, right? It's holding a lot of tension in that area. So as you move along, you have your root, you have your sacral, then you have your solar. Your solar is above your belly button, right there by the diaphragm.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so that color is associated with yellow.
Yellow.
Right? And when you think of yellow, you think of brightness and happiness and joy, right? And self-confidence,
And
right?
self-confidence.
And willpower, right?
Willpower. Okay.
Yes, and self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Yes, self-esteem. You know what it is? It's, you know, when people say that gut feeling, that's your whole solar plexus. That's your solar plexus giving off that energy for you. And also when I think of the solar plexus, I think of resiliency, right? Yeah. I think of resiliency when it comes to the solar plexus. So, and that's associated with yellow. So again, other things that vibrate with that color, it could be yellow flowers. It could be when it comes to food, it could be bananas, pineapples, whatever is going to help you associate with that chakra.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So we just went through our root, then we went through our sacral, then we went to our solar. Those are our main lower chakras. Right? Those are our survival chakras, right? So then as we move up along the spine, now we are going to travel to the heart area. And the heart area, of course, is our heart chakra. And that's associated with green and or pink, right?
Okay.
Pink is the color of love.
Look, I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. And that's what you told me I need to focus on. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
so your heart chakra is associated with green and or pink. You know, that's the center of love for us. It connects the lower and higher chakras, right? So it's all about that balance, right? It's all about self-love. It's all about empathy and compassion, having love for others, having love for yourself, having grace, providing grace to others. That's that heart chakra. Now that thing, because it's the middle chakra now.
Whew, that's a lot of work.
It provides balance to the lower and to the higher chakras. So as you can tell, like, you know how you be real tense?
All day walk around tense.
You know how something, you could be angry, you can feel it all up in here. Or if you have heartache, you can feel it all up in here, right? And so this is what I'm saying. Even if you can't see these type of things, y'all, you can feel it, right? You can feel a heartbreak, sis. You can feel that. You know why? Because it has started in your energetic body first, and now it is manifesting physically, right? So you don't have to see it, sis. You can feel it. You can feel it, right? But definitely the heart is the center, and it balances all of the chakras, right? So, you know, working on that heart is important. Working on your heart is very important. So then we move to the higher chakras. And so we move from the heart and we move to the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is a beautiful color. It's one of my favorite colors. It's a turquoise, right? And your heart chakra is it's of expression, right? Whatever that expression is to you, it could be dance, it could be singing, it can be whatever that means for you. It means to communicate healthy, right? And whatever that looks like to you. So that's what that is. You know, a lot of people who are very shy or just feel like they can't speak up for themselves, you know, they have a tendency to have more of a blocked throat chakra, and or some people who are very bodacious and very judgmental with their words and just very rah can have more an overstimulated throat chakra. Right, so it's all about balance when it comes to these chakras. It's all about balance, right? Then we move through in turquoise. When it comes to colors associated with that, of course, it's turquoise. You can wear turquoise stone, one of my favorite jewelries to wear. So anything that's associated with that color, that's going to help you match that frequency. Then you want to move up to the third eye, right?
All right.
Okay. You know, like they say, we don't see with our physical eyes, but we see with our third eye. So that is about intuition. That's about intuition, right? That's about going with that gut feeling and really knowing that it is more than just my physical body that's out here. that I am loved and supported by some being, right? Whatever that is to
higher
you.
power.
And I am going to trust that, right? Yeah, I'm going to trust that. And that color is associated with like an indigo color. It's like a bluish kind of purplish color. And to vibrate on that frequency, anything that's of that color, right? You have your blueberries and your grapes and things of that nature. But that is really getting in tune with your intuition, right? With your wisdom.
Okay.
Right? That's what that third eye is about. And it's a higher chakra, right? So as you notice, we are going to more of survival mode, which is very important because it sets the foundation work, right? And then you move up more to a higher frequency, right?
Okay.
So now we move from the third eye. Now we're going to our crown, sis. We're going to our crown.
All right.
Yes, honey. She's sitting
Queen.
on the crown. Queen.
Yeah.
So the crown chakra is associated with like a purple or white color, right? And what that crown chakra is, it is just having that spiritual connection to the divine, whatever that looks like for you.
Okay.
And it is having that inward connection. So that is what that is, and that's a simplistic way of going through the 7 main chakras. You have more chakras that begin to elevate as you begin to get more tapped in. And then you also have more lower frequencies that are like ground, like at your under your feet type of chakras that help you with being grounded and building that foundation.
Okay.
But yeah, so in a simplistic way, when those energy centers are off or blocked in some type of way, it starts with the energy body first, right? It starts with those chakras. And then when you begin to have pain in some sort of way, that means you are like in overload. Okay. That means you're in overload. That means that mentally and emotionally, those things have manifested physically.
Okay.
Right. So sometimes when you're having pain, it's not necessarily always associated with like a medical situation, right? Although you want to definitely seek medical attention for whatever that is, sometimes it's more of that emotional baggage and blockage that you are carrying that has manifested physically.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's stuff that we haven't necessarily tapped into yet, and we're not even aware that we're carrying. So this is good. This is good. This is a good segue because our second word for the day is nostalgia, nostalgic, and just being connected. You talked a little bit about grief and loss, right? And I think that sometimes we don't acknowledge with loss is not just a person. Loss, as we move through the world, as we get older, as we mature, we lose a lot of different things, and we're actually in the different stages of grief and loss, and we think that we're acceptance at the end of it, but then we circle back and we back to pain and guilt, and we trying to figure out what happened, or we're having this energy of these feelings, and we're not even aware that we're experiencing loss. So naming it could be very helpful to our releasing of that particular thing, person, place, thing. So if we can just bring our energy to our hands, and I'm going to continue walking us through our exercise. So earlier this week, I ran across a CD that my dad used to play. I mean, it's back in the day, so we had the CD in the car. And Helen Baylor, I'm not sure who's familiar with Helen Baylor, but Helen Baylor, my father used to always play in the car. And she was one of the songs that I played and brought us in today, highly recommended. But he played that CD, and hearing that CD brought me back to those car rides, right? And it brought me back and reconnected me with joy and reconnected me with strength and encouragement and wisdom, right? And so I want you all to think about a nostalgia place. It can be a person, place, a thing. It can be food. And I want you to visualize. I always want us to visualize and put that right in. put that right in the center of our palms, and we're nurturing it and we're loving it. Like we're giving it all the attention that it needs, and we're bringing our attention to this place, because when we grieve and we look, when we're in the process of grief and loss, sometimes we reconnect with the pain.
Yes.
And it's so we always resort back to what hurt us, what harmed us, and not so much what is fueling us, what is encouraging us, what's building us, what's helping, giving us positive energy, what's giving us a purpose, right?
Yeah.
And so this is us practicing reconnecting, because when we're used to functioning in a certain kind of way, you know, you said we thinking about taking care of ourselves, we just resort back to what we know, right? And so practice, we allow room, we allow space, we allow other things to come in, and we can connect with that joy. So we had that nostalgic moment in the palm of our hands, and then we're going to place our hands over our heart, right? And we're going to bring it close to us. We're going to bring that thing, you had it in your mind, you're bringing it close to your heart, and you're giving yourself permission to embrace that feeling. We want us to be able to be fluid, right? We want us to be able to move, because when we're in a place of stagnation, because we're unable to see past our own thoughts, feelings, and we in a hole, a black hole, and we're not able to grow. And so I want to encourage us to grow, and we're giving ourselves permission to connect with that thing that brings us joy, right? And it's close to our hearts. And then we're going to place our hands, one hand over our heart, and then one hand over our stomachs. And what's that chakra again?
That's
What's those two chakras? Solar
That's
plexus. And we're loving ourselves. We're nurturing, and we're with it. We're sitting in it. We're still, and we're connecting with our breath. Breathing in, 1, 2, hold, and we're breathing out, 1, 2, 3. And we're just gently giving ourselves permission and gently connecting with our breath. And we're allowing our brain to explore. You know, sometimes we think meditation is supposed to be quiet, you know, but sometimes that's a place where you get to explore. You give yourself permission to explore. But this time I want you to explore those places of joy that bring you hope, that bring you joy, that bring you an opportunity to come out of that dark place and gives you purpose. And we find that in our lineage. Miss Clay said lineage, and we find that, and we can connect with that. So I want you to be able to practice this exercise, because we need to love on ourselves. We need to nurture those areas of purpose, those memories, just as much as we connect with those things that are harming and hurtful, and those whys. And this exercise will allow us an opportunity to relieve any stress or anxiety or depression. It gives us an opportunity to self-soothe. It gives us an opportunity to decrease stress, right? And wherever we are in that grief and loss process, it's okay. We accepted it, but we're not going to stay stuck in it. We're accepting our thoughts, our feelings, our wants, and our needs, but it's given us an opportunity to also connect with the joy, because there's joy in memories too. And so I'm glad you were able to connect with that. So Miss Clay, what self-care practices have you been working on?
But wait a minute. Let me just tell the people how you just let an energy healing session.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let me find out.
Girl.
You need to get certified.
Yes, girl.
Yes. That is how natural it can be, how natural healing can be. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. But what was your question? I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent.
So what self-care practices are you practicing right now?
Oh, rest. Yes, that is important, because I be going, honey.
Yeah.
Rest. I've been doing daily meditations. That has been a beautiful experience. There's a woman on Instagram, and the title of her Instagram, her handle is Holy of Holies, and she's a reverend, and she's also a Reiki master as well, and a meditation practitioner, and she does meditation every morning, and it has been a delight for me. I had an extreme breakthrough the other day through meditation and alone and clearing those chakras.
How do you connect with her? I don't want to.
She's on Instagram. She does it daily at 8:00 live.
Live.
Yep, on live 8:00 every morning. every day, 7 days a week.
Every day.
And if you want more of a longer session, and she has it, online, but you can just reach her on IG. So that has been my main two things: rest, daily meditation. I have been drinking my teas, and trying to be more better hydration.
Yeah.
And also really the physical movement as well.
Yeah.
I've been working on that too, sis. That's the journey right there.
It is.
That's the journey right there. But I always like to tell people, when you are healing your chakras, think of mind, body, and soul, right? So when you think of mind, you're thinking about the mental, right? The body, the physical, right? Spirit, your meditations. So it's a connection, mind, body, and soul.
What's her Instagram again? I apologize. What's her Instagram?
Holy of Holies.
Holy of Holies.
Yeah, Holy of Holies. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. And she gonna get you together, honey.
Okay.
Her
need to be brought.
Yeah, her spirit and her presence alone, just get you together. So when you're healing those chakras, think of, be creative, mind, body, and soul. You can heal, chakras through food and color, and so think of creative ways. Yeah, think of creative ways. My way of healing my chakras may not be your way, right? So that's why I say mind, body, and soul. But if you do it in that totality, you'll get the true benefit of that healing. Yeah.
I love how you said being curious about what works specifically for you. I would like to also add that sometimes we need to pair, like you're pairing with your resting and then meditating. So don't be afraid if this one thing isn't working. That doesn't mean that it's not working. That means that maybe I need to pair it. Maybe I need to shift. So that fluidity is coming in again. So what else do you have going on? Anything else you want us to make sure you share with us about what you have going on?
So currently, BmoreReiki.com. I am, the Reiki sessions are open. I had a lovely session yesterday, a lot of healing for a young man. And spiritual coaching 1-on-1. I have a wonderful 7-week chakra program that I take you through 7 weeks of healing your chakras. So if you are a person who are trying to navigate through a situation, or you just want someone to help you facilitate the healing and you want to go deep, I have a 7-week chakra program. And so that's where I'm at right now, honey. BmoreReiki.com.
Good. So we have a giveaway, but before we get to that, I just wanted to reconnect with what we talked about today. So we definitely got all into the chakras and found out what colors and what different chakras mean, and spent some energy and time there. We were able to connect with big energy and connect with bigger picture, making ourselves being curious and fluid, not getting stuck. And if it's okay if we are stuck, but encouraging ourselves to come out of it in the different ways. Keep being curious about different ways to come out of it, of being stuck, and connecting with our bigger picture. We connected with nostalgia, so giving ourselves the permission to connect with memories that fuel us, not just the memories that cause us harm. Just as there's a memory that makes us sad, you know what I mean? There's memories that bring us joy, and so it's okay to connect with those things. And probably that same person, place, or thing that you're thinking about, there's multiple sets of memories, and so allowing ourselves to experience that. Some of us cry happy tears, and if the happy tears or whatever comes from it, let it come and experience it. Be fully present in that. Sometimes we're everywhere else but where we need to be. So giving yourself permission to connect with that, and giving yourself permission to connect with some of the exercises and tools that we talked about today. And so we have a giveaway. I really, because I experienced what I experienced with you, I really want somebody else to be able to experience it as well. And so I really wanted to give something away. So I appreciate all of you who participated. So our person is Carmen Sandy Virgo. girl, I'm going to DM you, and you can give me your information so we can set you up and pay for your session. And you can experience and have probably a better experience than me. I'm sending that your way. So that's us. You know, we here every month on a Sunday. Whatever works for myself or the person who's coming on. I want you guys to continue to check in, continue to share your energy with us. I really hope. I know that I got something out of this, so I'm just so thankful for you. I hope you were able to get something out of it as well, and we transmuted some energy, and the people who are here or will listen to